Hello guys, my name is Lucas and welcome to a new episode of our Fixed Perspective Scroller. Today we're going to finally be seeing how I make the quest for my game. So this is actually a little bit more complicated, so maybe we'll have to separate this episode or maybe the quest, this topic into two videos. So without further ado, I'm going to show you exactly what I did to get this. So I'm going to show you once. So the NPC is going to show us these mummies everywhere. These mummies are annoying, kill them and you'll get something nice. Slay 10 mummy and reward 400 experience. And actually this is generated through the code, through our quest object that we made. So I'm going to show you exactly what I did. First of all, I made a new part of our canvas. As you see, I added a quest info. Alright, so here we're going to have, actually I just duplicated the dialog box and set it on the position that I wanted to, and I created a name, description, task, and a reward, so that later I can access this through the code. And right now everything is going to be temporal and just an example of what we're going to do. But here's a little schema of what I did. I have the player talks with the NPC. The NPC has a quest that we create through JSON, and this JSON is going to be, we're going to use JSON in the future. Right now we're going to set the quest manually, and the quest has some conditions and some rewards. So the quest is going to check if the player meets the conditions for the quest, and if it's true, it's going to give the rewards to the player. Otherwise it's just going to tell the NPC, hey, this guy hasn't completed the quest yet. Just tell him whatever default message we have for him. So, and let me check if I'm recording. Yes, I'm recording. So I made quite a lot of things. So this is one thing. The other thing we want to do is, because right now I don't have a database for this game, I just made some temporal databases and let me switch this view here. I made a monster database, an NPC database, and an item database. Where is it? Here. So it's pretty straightforward in this data, because we're going to need these databases in order to access the information from the quest. So, and I already got started, so let's get started with this. I have this example item database. I have a dictionary, this is all public, and this is static. So here I get I have a dictionary with these integers, which are the ID, and then they will just return a name. Same with the NPC database. I have 3 different NPCs, and you can actually, I don't know, oh yeah, nothing. Here I just have 3 different IDs and 3 different names of different NPCs. And finally here, not this one, sorry, the monster database. I have this public class called monster database and a static dictionary called monsters, where I get different IDs. And this is just to show you that the IDs don't necessarily have to go from 0, 1, 2, 3. They can be like whatever, maybe because you deleted some entries. And of course, this data we will make it with a JSON in the future, or maybe we'll have it somewhere in a database online, or whatever way you would like to store your data. Anyways, we made these 3 classes to just have some data that we can actually use here in our example. And I want to make the task go a little bit lower, maybe here I think it's fine, and the reward a little bit lower here. Okay, so the other thing you need to create is a quest class. So the quest class is quite interesting. It's actually my first time to make a quest class, so I think I did a pretty good job. Here we have an ID for the quest, we have a name, and this is all just public information that we want. We have a recipient, I don't know how to read this. Anyway, it's just an ID of the NPC who receives the quest. So for example, we need to buy bread, but we need to deliver the bread to a lady. So the lady is going to reward us at the end, so we just give that ID. Otherwise, we just give the ID of the NPC that gave us the quest as well. Any required level for our player to be able to take this quest, and then we have a reward and a task. And this reward and task are classes that I created here. And as you see, I made it serializable. I will talk about that later. It's a public class reward, and it has experience, it has money, because we can get rewarded with experience or money, but also with an array of items, because maybe there is an array of items that the NPC is going to give us as a reward. So here, quest items, items, and we made this class down here. I'm going to show it later. And we also did something similar for the task. I also did something for the task here. It has an array of integers, so talk to. This can be people that we have to talk. So for example, we can be asked to talk with everyone in town. So we just set all the IDs of the NPCs we need to talk with. And if you play Animal Crossing of GameCube, you might know what I'm talking about. We need to talk with everyone in town, and that will be the task that we're asked to in the quest. So once we talk with everyone in the town, we're going to get rewarded. We also have an array of items. These items are items that we might be asked to bring to the NPC. And also we have an array of kills, and these kills might be just monsters that we need to kill in order to complete the quest. So here we have a quest item class, and it has an ID and an amount. So for each quest item, we need to know which item we're talking about. So for example, here I just get an ID, and here in the database, for example, if I see that's the ID 0, I know that I'm talking about apples. And where is, oh, I closed something, whatever. No, here. And the amount is just going to tell us how many of that item I need. And similarly, for the quest kill, I have an ID of the monster I need to kill, the amount of how many monsters I need to kill, but also I have something called player current, and this is the amount of monsters of that type that the player has already killed. So for example, if throughout my game I kill 10 mummies, and then I find this guy who wants me to kill mummies, and he wants me to kill 20 mummies, I'm going to set this, that the player current when he took the quest, when we accepted the quest, was 10. So the next time when he comes and talks to the NPC, we're going to check, okay, the player current was 10. Right now the player current is 15. So he still haven't killed all the mummies that he needs to kill, right? Because he needs to kill 10. He just killed 5. We do some simple math with that. Because if I kill 10 and I take the quest, and I don't want that the quest is already done, or maybe I want some repeatable quest. So we will have to eventually store all the data of how many monsters and for what kind of monsters and how many of each has the player killed. And that's something that we will do eventually in the future, but right now I'm just going to use some temporal example to show you how I do it. So this is basically the structure of the quest, what things we have to do here, what things we have within this quest object. So we have an ID and all those things, a reward and a task, and the task also has something called quest item and quest kill. Okay, so you can post a video and try to copy these and try to catch up, because it's going to get quite complicated. Not complicated, but just a lot of things that we have to do. So now let's go to the NPC controller, and wow, we have something scary here. Yeah, don't worry, it's not that scary. You see here I created a private quest, and this is going to be the quest that my NPC has. But this also could be a bunch of quests. We could make an array of quests, but let's just make it a quest first, one. And because right now we're not using JSON, we want to see if this works or not. We're just going to set everything on start here with this set quest example. So what this does is we create a new quest. Okay, so quest, I'm going to set it to a new quest, and I'm going to set the quest name here, mummies everywhere. The quest description, these mummies are annoying, blah blah blah. Quest reward, and I'm going to set this to a new reward here, quest.reward. So we're creating a new object and we're going to edit that object. So the quest reward experience is going to be 400. We don't reward any money. We don't have money for the player right now. The task, so here, sorry, let me make some comments. This is the reward and this is the task here. So that's the reward. We create a new reward and we set the reward experience to 400. Then the task is, of course, a new task as well, a new quest.task, because we need to create that object. And then for this task, we need to kill 10 mummies, okay? Because this guy doesn't like mummies. So quest.task.kills is, this is the array itself. So we need to set this to a new array and we can give it a length. In this case, I'm just going to give it a length of 1. Then we set the quest.task.kills first element here. You see, it's our first and only element. And we're going to set it to just a new quest kill. So I'm just going to set it to a new empty object of type quest kill. And I'm going to set the quest kill ID of this first element is going to be 0, so that's going to be a mummy. I could set it to 27 and that will return a a zombie. And here I'm going to set the amount of kills of mummies that we need to kill. So basically here we just set all the things that we have in our quest, okay? The task, the reward, and the general information. So we set the quest first, and then we're going to show the quest info. And at the beginning of this episode, you saw I created a new quest info, a background, a name, a description, which is actually just a bunch of different text. We're going to set the text on those. So here in show quest info, really simple. I get the transform of the background there, which is actually holding all this name, description, tasks, get that, and then in info.findName, I'm going to simply set the text of this, so I get the component text. And remember, if you want to get component text, you need to be using unityengine.ui. So anyways, as I was saying, I find the name and get the component text, get the text, and set it to the quest name. So I just get it here. Then the info.find description. So I'm setting the description of the quest, and here just set it to the quest.description. Next, the task is a little bit more complicated because the task has some arrays within it. So we need to use some for each loop. So here, string, I'm going to make a string called task string, and I'm going to set it to just an empty string. And if this part here, the kills, because we need to, the task can be kills, can be collect item, can be talking to someone, but it also can be a mixture of them. So we could have kills and items, or talk to someone and bring items, or just bring items, or whatever. So we need to check if the kills array is not null. Then we're going to do a for each loop. So for each quest kill in the quest task kills, we're going to take this string here and we're going to add this string. So actually this is pretty simple, just slay, and then we concatenate it with the amount on this quest kill that we are asked to kill. So how many monsters are we being asked to kill, and then we add a space here, and then finally we access the monster database that we created here, monster database here. So it's going to see, oh, the ID is 0, so I'm going to return a mummy. So here, back in the NPC controller, qk questkill.id, and just put it here in this dictionary. So I'm going to return that. And if I have a bunch of different monsters I have to kill, this is just going to say like slay monster A, slay monster B, etc., etc. And very similarly, we do the same. We do basically the same here for the items. So we check if the items are not null, and then for each quest item in the items that we are tasked to retrieve or bring, we're just going to concatenate this and add it to the task string. So bring this amount of such item, and we get it from the item database. And finally, we do the same for the talk to, because we might be required to talk to a certain person, talk to other persons, and it may be the whole town. So we need to do a for each loop. So same, task string, we add equals talk to plus NPC database.npcs, then the ID. And this ID is pretty straightforward because we just have an array of IDs here. And we remember to put this so you get a new line at the end of each line. Okay, otherwise it's just going to be a long piece of text. So that's for the task, how we create this task string. Then we just finally, after we set all the string, we find in info, we find the task game object, and we get the component text and set the text to the task string. And then again, we do the same for the reward here. So the reward is we're going to make a reward string. We're just going to call it reward. And actually we could call this task like that and have a new line there. So like that. So we got the reward, and if the reward in the items in the reward is not null, we search for each quest item within the reward items, and we will again just add the amount and the name of the item that we get from the item database with the quest item ID. And then here, if the reward experience is more than 0, we add to the reward string, we add this experience, so the amount of experience, and same for the money. And then finally, we use info.find to find the reward text, just get the component text and set the text to reward string. So we're going to set all the strings of the quest information. So this is going to show the quest info, and we're going to call this after we set the quest example. So now if I test this, you see we should be able to get everything. And there you go, mummies everywhere. These mummies are annoying, kill them and you'll get something nice. Slay 10 mummy. And in the future we have to fix this, that if the amount is greater than 1, we need to use the plural, and if not, the singular, but right now we don't care about that. So slay 10 mummy and reward 400 experience. So to let me show you that it actually works, we could add something here. So for example, the quest kill is going to be 2, and we are going to do the same, but for and you can actually press Alt and drag here, and you can change all those numbers at the same time. The quest kill, the second element of the kills is going to be 27, which I believe is a zombie. Yep, a zombie, and then we need to kill 3 of those. All right. So here we need to kill 3 zombies and 10 mummies. And we could also add another reward here. We could add some money, or maybe an item. So for example, quest.reward.items is equals to a new quest item. I'm going to set it to 1, and the first element of this quest.reward.items, so the first element is 0, is going to be set to a new quest item. Right, we need to declare this object, and the next thing we're going to set its variable, so quest item, and we can actually use a constructor, so we just add the values inside there, and we don't have to have so many lines again and again. So the ID is going to be, I don't know, maybe 2, I forgot what was that. I remember just have 3 items. And quest dot reward dot items amount is going to be 1. So we're just going to get 1, whatever this is. So if I play it again, we should have new rewards and new tasks. So right there, you see it. Actually, I'm very happy that this worked because it's my first time to do it. Slay 10 mummy, slay 3 zombie, reward 1 paper and 400 experience. So this is awesome. I really don't know what to say. I'm happy. I'm happy making these videos with you guys. I look forward to see how you're doing, what kind of crazy quest you came up with. Let me know in the comments what quest did you make. And right now we need to make a button to accept this quest and to reject it. So maybe we don't want to do it right now, we just reject it or we accept it. But for that, my friends, we need to wait for the next episode. Very, very special thanks to my patrons. Really, your support in Patreon really helps me a lot. No matter how much, I really appreciate it, and especially since it shows me that you really value my content. So I'm going to keep doing my best to improve the quality of my content and also try to upload as often as I can. As you see right now, it's like 1:46 a.m. Tomorrow I have to work, but it's fine because I enjoy making these videos for you guys. So thank you very much all for watching. If you cannot help me on Patreon, please help me sharing my videos and please help me liking them and giving comments so more people will find them. That also helps me a lot. We'll continue on the next episode, and right now I will go to edit this. Hopefully I will finish before 4. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Peace.